Now, what I'm actually excited about is this French toast crunch, real life, low calorie recipe. This is amazing. I've been eating French toast for about 2 weeks straight and have finally perfected it. Some days I was literally eating it for breakfast and dinner or lunch and dinner. So this is under 500 calories and it is amazing and it is filling and you will absolutely love it if you like French toasts, cinnamon toast crunch, French toast crunch. If you like any of those things, you will like this recipe. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with 4 ounces of cream cheese here. Fat-free is the way to go unless you wanna add hundreds of calories. Even the 1/3 fat, you add I think 200 or 300 calories. It's only 30 calories an ounce, and it's 100 calories an ounce if you get the regular. So huge difference. In 4 ounces, I almost get the same amount as 1 ounce of the regular. Next, I would like to add 4 grams of dark brown sugar. This is just regular pure sugar. 4 grams only runs you 15 calories here. All right, so we got that in there. Now we're gonna add our protein. I have oatmeal cookie, which goes perfectly with a French toast type of taste, but vanilla works as well. And we're gonna do half a scoop, so half a serving. This is 65 calories and about 12 grams of protein. Of course, we're gonna add our cinnamon here. And by the way, let that cream cheese sit. It should be softened. If you absolutely have to, put it in the bowl first and then put it in the microwave for 15-20 seconds. It'll soften up. But when we mix this together, it's gonna be much harder, especially if you're hand mixing, to get everything mixed together and ready to stuff these French toast rolls with. I put 1 shake, 2 shakes, 3 shakes, and for the vanilla, I do 1 tablespoon, which in my opinion is the capful. And that's how I've always done it since I've been cooking, and it's worked fine for me. Never over vanillas it or under vanillas it, whatever. 2 tablespoons of fat-free milk. You can substitute almond milk, you could substitute whole milk, you could substitute soy milk. It all works. I'm not gonna get into a hot debate with anyone in the comment section if they wanna come at me. I'm gonna put 3 grams of Splenda in here. This will sweeten up the mix, make sure it has that flavor as if we added a crap ton of calories with regular sugar. And I'm also going to link Stephanie Buttermore's and Lane Norton's video. They did a very great, comprehensive, study-based, research-based, science-based analysis on proven research that artificial sweeteners are bad for you. I think when Stephanie, I haven't watched it in a couple years, when Stephanie did hers, it was like 20 cans of Diet Coke is what it takes, and you have to drink that every day for there to be a negative effect. No one's really drinking 20 cans every single day. No one's drinking 20 cans in general. Don't be worried about it. If you want, add sugar. You're just gonna add calories to it. That's up to you. I'm trying to get to 185. Let's add this Splenda. Now we got everything in here. So I am pretty much ready to blend this up. I'm just gonna get it to where it's smooth and all blended together. It's gonna look beautiful. All right, this is literally what we're looking like right now. It looks great. It smells great. I'm having trouble not already digging into this. We are going to make our egg wash mix now. We're going to start this with 3 egg whites, so you have to separate them from the shell. Now, once again, we're gonna add 2 more packets of Splenda real quick here. And we're gonna get some vanilla. I am again going to put, I'm not gonna put a full cap, about half a cap to a full cap, like 3/4 cap. Now, the most crucial part about this recipe to try to keep me under or at 500 calories was this 35 calorie bread. There's a couple different 35 calorie breads, but this really makes all of the difference. For the first week or so, I was having this regular white bread, the butternut, 70 calorie per slice and 26 grams of total weight. Interestingly, in 2 slices, there's 47 grams of total weight in the 35 calorie bread. And in 2 slices here, there's 52, but 140 calories. If you want, you can do 3 pieces of butternut, and then you would have to take out one of the eggs and maybe one of the portions of cream cheese, one ounce of cream cheese. But to get more bang for your buck, these are at almost every store I go to. 35 calorie bread, bada bing, bada boom. That saves you 70 calories in itself. And there's also a 45 calorie Italian bread if you ever wanted to try that. We're gonna get 4 of these bad boys. Now, I'm gonna keep the crust on. It might make it a little bit more messy. You can take the crust off. There are no rules. I'm gonna flatten this. Now, I don't wanna flatten it too much because I still want it to soak up egg white and as much as I can, but I am gonna flatten a decent amount and it's gonna puff back up over time. Now we're gonna put filling in there. And I've been pretty good about portioning it. I'm like, oh, this looks like a good amount. And I end up with maybe one a little bit short, but usually I spread it out pretty good and I'm satisfied with how much there is on each one. Just kind of eyeball. After you do this 1 or 2 times, you will really know exactly how you like it and it'll be a much faster process. The first time it took me about 30 minutes to do this in total and actually prep it and everything. Now that I know how to do it, it takes me about 10 minutes to get everything prepped and another about 10 to 15 minutes to cook everything once it's actually on the stovetop. So this one's done. I'm gonna roll this up here and I'm gonna roll it not so tight. I'm okay with it being a little bit bigger. Like I said, I want it to soak up as much egg wash as possible. The more egg wash, the better flavor, the better breakfast we have. And I'm just gonna seal this bad boy shut here. This is my little secret. I'm just gonna seal this bad boy shut with a little bit of the filling so it really stays closed. And while you're doing this, actually before you're doing this, I forgot to go put on your stovetop. I'm gonna do medium low, more towards the medium though. I'm gonna put it on 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna give a quick spray. That's it. Counting that into my calories, you better believe that. And we are going to start dipping the bread into the egg wash. Now, I dip it until it is fully saturated. Like if I pick it up, it almost is going to fall apart and not be good anymore. All right, this is pretty saturated. Like if I push into it, it's gonna start going into the center and I wanna keep the filling inside as the filling. So we're gonna lay this right on here. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes each side to get nice and crispy. And while that's happening, I just do the dishes that I made by doing this recipe. That's an easy way to go about it. Your dishes are done after you're done eating your breakfast. And we also need to make the icing for the top of these, kind of like a toaster strudel. It's like going back to my childhood, but for only 600 calories. Now I'm almost out of filling. This is awesome. I love this bread. It is super low calorie, it soaks in a bunch of the egg white, and it is just tasty in general. All right, so everything's in the pan. We're good to go. I'm gonna separate these. I wanted to show you how I do it. I got like this omelet spatula. I actually got it on Amazon. I'll put a link to it in the description or in the top comment. It works great. I could pick the whole thing up, and now my omelets are easier to pick up too. I'm not breaking them so often. See, this one's already looking good on the bottom. See how this is kind of hard? I don't expect this to be perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect for you guys. This is real life what's gonna happen when you try to flip these. Now kind of let me show you what I mean about topping the egg wash here. So I have a little bit. I like to just put it right on top. If it goes on the side, it goes on the side. It's still gonna taste great. It's still gonna all cook. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1/3 of a scoop of this vanilla protein and now 3 grams of flour. And you guys are like, oh my God, flour, what are you doing? Are you crazy? 3 grams of flour is 1/10 of this serving, which is 110 calories. So this has 11 calories in it for the amount of flour that I'm putting in there. So don't trip. We're good. And then we're gonna add 1 more gram of Splenda. So we got 6 packets total, 3, 2, and 1. Like the first flip isn't the worst either, if you could stick the landing. These like to stick together, especially when I pour the egg wash on there like I do. Woo! Look at that, a nice golden brown. Add a little bit of water. Add a little bit at a time. I probably put like, let's say 10 to 15 drops. I mix it up, 5 to 10 drops, mix it up, and then I'm about good. If I need anything, it's like 1 or 2 more drops. Oh, and I gotta put cinnamon in here. Don't forget cinnamon. Of course, I'm always forgetting something. Just a little shake, it doesn't need much. It's not much icing. Yes. Perfect icing. Once it gets on there, it's gonna be all melty. So we're gonna put that on. I'm also gonna put on 4 more grams of the brown sugar on top of this. All these calories are included. We're under 500 calories. So this is a huge plate of food, all right? This great tasting icing has about 10 grams of protein in it, and it tastes fabulous. And look how much icing we're getting. We are getting enough to cover these things. No skimping on the icing. I hate when the condiments are skimped. Look at that. It is beautiful. Look at this. Let's look at it. We got 496 calories. Still under 500. Now, how many grams of fat do you think are in it? 10 grams, 20 grams, 5 grams of fat. So obviously the other 400 calories, 450 calories have to come from somewhere, so carbs and protein. However, you get to get filled up on carbs and protein instead of fat, and it tastes delicious. Worth every single calorie. So we got 5 fat, 56 protein, 61 carbohydrate, and we got 12 grams of fiber. They want you to have 20 grams a day. We have 12 grams right in that bread. You get fiber, you get protein, you get under 500 calories, you get everything. Low fat. That's it. But I really hope you enjoy this recipe. Please try it. If you do, tag me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, however you could do it. Get at me on TikTok. I just want you to eat good. I want you to eat stuff that tastes great, that helps you lose weight, and makes you not even think that you are doing any sort of diet. So let's get you over to the progress pictures, and it was so good cooking with you guys. I'll see you next week. I'm gonna let the pictures speak for themselves. I mean, week 1 through week 13 from the front is night and day. Even week 8 through week 13, you can see that the stomach has stripped off a layer of fat. Pretty much when I'm walking now, I have a resting 4-pack, which I did not at week 8. And the V is so much more defined, even though I am not flexing whatsoever. Now from the front, the week 1 through 13, obviously night and day difference, but now we see the week 8 through 13, not as much of a difference, but I can promise you, especially from looking at the non-flex, that there's a difference. From the back, I mean, the love handles, the amount of fat that was on my back before, just big difference. And you see here, love handles are smaller. Now the back flex, this one's also a night and day difference. The amount of muscles that you can see now on my back are so much different than week 1. You couldn't tell really any separation whatsoever, and those love handles were fat. But now we're here and we're good. Even week 8 through week 13, you could see that the love handles are smaller, but that's about it. And then from the side, week 1 through 13, it doesn't look like a big difference, but it really is. And then week 8 through week 13, you can even see right at the bottom of the stomach that it's more defined. But that's that. And you know we can't forget the outro. So I will see you guys in that next one. Doucette.